Hey, what's up, meme fiends? NotMorePegasus here, your Hermie-loving sarcasm dealer. Today we've got 6 scorching stories to roast like overcooked memes. Buckle up, it's about to get dark and hilarious. First up, we have the legendary MoistCr1TiKal himself, finding out that some genius created a fake Instagram page scamming fans. I mean, who among us hasn't woken up to the realization that your own name is being used to swindle innocent bystanders out of their hard-earned allowance money? It's like discovering SpongeBob as your neighbor and he keeps borrowing money and never returns it. This whole situation is so deliciously absurd it practically tastes like burning irony. The guy tweets out, "I did not authorize this page," and we all collectively gasp like someone just told us Joe Rogan actually gave up mushroom tea for kale smoothies. I half expect a swarm of winged Kardashians to descend and demand royalties. Meanwhile, the scam page probably thinks they're living their best life, counting golden coins while sipping digital pina coladas. But let's get real. MoistCr1TiKal has more subscribers than they have brain cells, so they stomp out that scam faster than a baby diva in a tantrum squad. Social media detectives went full Sherlock, sliding into DMs and fandom forums like piranhas on a bloodfest. Fans are screaming for justice, petitions are firing off like spam emails, and the scammers probably regretting every Ctrl+V they ever hit. Of course, this is peak 2025, so naturally someone's already made a conspiracy theory about a lizard person controlling the fake page. I'm not saying that's true, but I've never been good at ignoring whispers from my toaster about secret Illuminati bread. The takeaway here is if you're going to scam someone, maybe pick a target with fewer eyeballs, like a background extra from the latest Marvel film. Or maybe Monkey D. Luffy's dentist, because come on, let's spread the pain. But kudos to MoistCr1TiKal for calling out the scam and proving once again that you don't mess with the maestro of deadpan commentary. It's like watching a cat steal your nachos and then you swat it so hard it reconsiders its life choices. And shout out to the fans. If detective work paid, they'd all be living in beachfront mansions by now. Honestly, this whole fiasco has more plot twists than a Scooby-Doo marathon on nitrous oxide. The moral of the story, always double-check that the account you're following isn't a pixelated Pied Piper of digital doom.
Otherwise, you might end up as a cautionary tale in some sad, dramatic TikTok compilation forever branded by your own gullibility. This one's a 6, 9 brew 10. All right, dunked on like an overripe avocado. Onwards, we roll into the next dumpster fire.
Story 2 is brought to you by the ever-generous philanthropic overlord Mr. Beast, charging a neat $100,000 for a backstage pass to his Beast Games Season 2. Oh sure, because nothing screams charitable giving like mortgaging your soul for a selfie with a guy who literally gives away Lamborghinis. I can just picture KSI scoffing in the corner, flexing those YouTube boxing gloves, desperately wishing someone would pay for his tutorial on how to actually land a decent punch. But back to Beast Games. They've turned reality TV into an Olympic sport in the Hunger Games of capitalism. Donate $100K, get a tour, donate a penny, you get a warm thanks and maybe a leftover t-shirt from 2 seasons ago. It's the modern equivalent of charging worshippers to peek behind the curtain of the great and powerful Oz. Atlas shrugged, but Jimmy shrugged harder because shrugging pays bills and builds theme parks apparently. Fans are debating whether this counts as charity or a bid for the Guinness Book of Viral Audacity. Meanwhile, wannabe influencers are selling their kidneys on the black market for a shot at that golden ticket. The hype machine is greased with adrenaline and expensive coffee that costs more than a community college textbook. I can barely afford my rent, and here Mr. Beast is offering me a tour for 30 times my monthly income. If I could pay that much, I'd probably just invest in a moon rocket or a lifetime supply of Doritos.
But we gotta hand it to the mad scientist of giveaways. He's reinventing the phrase pay to play, making it sound like a life hack. Also shout out to his production crew, who are probably living off ramen in some mysterious warehouse basement. Imagine the group chats. Hey, did you see that one dude selling his dog for a ticket to the set? Classic.
At the end of the day, though, Mr. Beast is just flexing his cosmic piggy bank, proving money talks and walks straight into your wildest fantasies. Consider this the epitome of first world chaos, served with a side of dollar signs. And sure, in a perfect world, everyone would just get everything for free, but then where's the spicy drama? Keep the tweets coming, keep the wallets open, and keep questioning your life choices.
We salute you, Mr. Beast, for making charity look like the most exclusive club in history. Certified cringe. Now grab your emotional hazmat suit, because we're about to waltz into the next digital dumpster fire. Our third calamity features Adam22 playing ringmaster in his very own crypto circus, proudly proclaiming he has 0 regrets. This is the same man who sold a phantom coin harder than a Black Friday doorbuster. I half suspect Logan Paul tried to outflex him by turning his leftover boxing gloves into NFTs instead. Meanwhile, Coffeezilla sounded the alarm, basically shouting, "Scam incoming!" but was drowned out by the sweet jingles of jackpot fever. Adam22 responded like a toddler caught with cookie crumbs, insisting it was all part of the master plan. Fans are left scratching their heads like confused raccoons rummaging through Bitcoin wallets. It's the kind of genius that makes you question if alphabet soup stands for absolutely foolish financial Olympics.
The man advertises crypto tokens on a whim, then when it inevitably crashes, he shrugs harder than a Wikipedia editor dealing with bots. I can almost see the board meeting. Should we launch another coin? Yeah, call it the Tang meme token. It's the Wild West of digital finance, but with more neon shirt collars and tragic laugh tracks.
Internet conspiracy buffs are already linking this to secret Illuminati goat sacrifices, and honestly, I'd believe it at this point. Adam22's PR team is probably downing energy drinks as they furiously Google how to apologize without admitting wrongdoing. Investors who rode that slippery slope are now clinging to their wallets like toddlers on a security blanket. And in the greatest twist of all, Adam's fans are split between he's a capitalist king and he's the pirate who stole my lunch money.
This saga has more plot holes than a cheap motel bedsheet. I've seen more stability in a three-legged stool on roller skates. Yet somehow the man stands unscathed, metaphorically twirling a mustache in the eye of the crypto hurricane. It's part tragedy, part comedy, and 100% peak internet absurdity. And if there's a takeaway, it's that digital gold rushes are basically online carnival games rigged by clowns. But hey, let's all appreciate the irony of getting scammed by someone who continues to brag about it like a badge of honor. Actual Giga Chad energy for turning regret into a marketing strategy. Strap in your cringe goggles, because next up is a streamer wanting to recreate Lord of the Flies, but with webcams. Story 4 drops us onto the shores of Cenat's brainchild, Streamer Drama Island, and the elusive Hunger Games spin-off. Apparently, the man wants to trap his pals in a reality show that sounds like Pokemon meets Survivor, but with more wrist straps and fewer Pokemon. He claims one concept is difficult, which is code for I invented this at 3 a.m. eating spicy ramen. Meanwhile, Keemstar is lurking in the shadows, eagerly waiting to stir the pot so he can hit YouTube with another screaming thumbnail. I can see him now, fingers hovering over the keyboard, ready to type Cenat canceled for self-harming his mic stand. The logistics alone sound like trying to organize a flash mob in the Bermuda Triangle. You need cameras everywhere, backup generators in case of tropical meltdowns, and maybe a rain dance to appease the weather gods. Then factor in the drama, alliances, betrayals, and probably someone crying over a broken glow stick. It's the ultimate social experiment for those who have too much free time and not enough common sense. Imagine the training montage, contestants chugging G Fuel, flexing for the vlog cameras, and praying their Wi-Fi doesn't drop. But apparently, the Hunger Games version is even more difficult, which to me suggests someone forgot to buy mosquito repellent. Fans are predicting catfights bigger than a WWE SmackDown, and frankly, I'm here for the popcorn. I just hope they don't forget the one crucial element, an escape pod for when this inevitably becomes a logistical nightmare. This whole endeavor reeks of overconfidence and last-minute funding please on GoFundMe. If it goes wrong, we'll maybe get a heartwarming episode titled Kai Learns a Misplaced Trust Lesson. The guy calls it his legacy project, but history remembers the Titanic for sinking spectacularly, not floating for 5 minutes. What could possibly go wrong when you mix cameras, egos, and tropical humidity like a sadistic smoothie? Yet the hype train is leaving the station and we're strapped in for the ride, whether we like it or not. It's like watching a slow-mo train wreck, except the wreck is funded by ad revenue and viewer hype. So prepare your mental armor, because here comes the ultimate test of friendship. Forced cohabitation with Twitch streamers. Brainlet Tier 210. Brace yourselves. Next, we're diving into a luxury sports car carnage auction. Story 5 slams the brakes on high-speed prestige with the tale of MKBHD's wrecked Porsche up for auction. Yes, Marquess MKBHD Brownlee spilled the tea and maybe a little oil when his ride decided to audition for Demolition Derby. Turns out splurging on the latest tech reviews doesn't insulate you from pedestrian-level car mishaps. And if you think Teslas are invincible, just ask Elon Musk while he tweets about flamethrowers and Mars vacations. But this wasn't a SpaceX rocket launch gone sideways. It was a good old-fashioned fender bender meeting a curb in slow motion. Fans discovered the carnage, screenshotting every dent like it was the holy grail of automotive tragedy. The auction page reads like a eulogy. Here lies a once pristine symbol of status, now reincarnated as twisted metal. I imagine the bidders are sitting at home, gluing themselves to their screens and whispering, "Yes, that'll fetch 6 digits, baby." Meanwhile, MKBHD is probably crafting a video titled Why I Wrecked My Dream Car and Why You Should Buy It, alright? It's peak internet capitalism when you can monetize your own misfortune without batting an eyelash.
The irony is so thick you could spread it on toast and feed it to a Stanford philosophy cohort. This Porsche is like a fallen angel in a flannel shirt, begging for one last hurrah at some auction house. I'd love to see Elon Musk react to this, considering he once sold flamethrowers to distract from his own SEC problems. It's a reminder that even tech gods and smartphone wizards need windshield wipers and basic parking skills. Auto enthusiasts are divided. Some see a diamond in the rust, others see a tragic sculpture of hubris. But in true YouTube fashion, the drama just stokes more views and a chance for MKBHD to pocket sweet, sweet ad revenue. This entire saga feels like a vintage movie, a hero's rise, a shiny car, a cataclysmic crash, and a triumphant auction. Honestly, if I had $1 for every dent, I'd probably have enough to buy my own battered bicycle. Yet this auction is hotter than a Reddit thread on AI apocalypse. Grab your wallets and Kleenex, because this ride demands your tears and your cash. Electric car moment, 910. Hold on to your seatbelts, because next we're stirring a caffeinated storm across the globe. Finally, Story 6 perks us up with Wilney's iced coffee brand rods selling 4 times more than predicted. Yes, this caffeinated crusade started with a sip and ended with a global Java frenzy. I half expected Taylor Swift to write a song about heartbreak and cold brew titled All Too Caffeinated. Oh. But here we are, watching YouTubers turn their morning addictions into revenue streams stronger than high-octane espresso. Fans are buying these bottles like they're free passes to Narnia, or maybe the internet's answer to a magical caffeine wardrobe. The supply chains are working overtime, then collapsing faster than my will to diet around leftover snacks. It's peak influencer economy when your iced coffee has more subscribers than the average TikTok pet. Imagine the profit margins: a cup of beans, a squirt of milk, and a sprinkle of marketing genius. Wilney is probably laughing all the way to the bank, counting beans while stirring actual beans. Meanwhile, actual coffee connoisseurs are clutching their reusable mugs and muttering, "This isn't coffee, it's liquid prestige." The brand's social media is lit with fan selfies, latte art fails, and hashtags that are longer than my streaming queue. It's the kind of success story that makes you question if you're doing life wrong by ordering plain water. At launch, stock was more scarce than intellectual commentary in a fast food drive-thru, but Wilney powered through like a caffeinated tank, crushing goals and maybe a few hopes of grocery store freshness. His PR team must be popping uncaffeinated champagne to celebrate these mad sales figures. Wilney's iced coffee is the ultimate mood lifter, unless you factor in the existential dread of your bank balance. This saga proves that if you brand your daily vice right, profits follow like zombies at a brain buffet. Now, if only he could crack the code for a perfect decaf without injuring anyone's sleep schedule. But let's be honest, we live for the drama, the hype, and the taste of slightly overpriced frothed milk. So salute your mugs, salute your credit cards, and salute the man who turned fridge raids into a thriving empire. Terrific 810. That's a wrap, you glorious meme connoisseurs. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe before your brains short-circuit in disbelief.